dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6:31 on Thursday, August the 1st. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning into Mountain News this morning. We got in a little bit more rain yesterday, and we should see kind of a same pattern today with it being just a little bit warmer. So let's bring in Brandon to give us a better breakdown of just what we should expect. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning, and yes, foggy again this morning. It wasn't too bad yesterday. Still some fog in some locations, but this morning it's everywhere. Let's take a look at Stonecrest Golf Course. It's down daylight enough to see it over there, and it's not much to see because we're fogged over there in Prestonsburg. Lots of visibility issues there. Prestonsburg at less than a mile. Pikeville at 0 visibility. Everywhere basically below that 5-mile threshold this morning, so be very careful as you travel across the region. Temperatures in the 60s area-wide with the exception of Jacksboro. They're at 70 this morning, mid to upper 60s for most locations across the state. 67 Paducah, Owensboro, 67 in Lexington, 64 in Cincinnati, 72 Bowling Green, Nashville, 65 in the Tri-Cities. Coffee forecast, grab some this morning. You'll have to have it to get through the fog. Medium cup for the temperatures, but you might need that extra large as you look at the temperatures there going into the afternoon, especially later today, mid to upper 80s with chances for showers and storms picking up. The rest of the forecast on the way in just a few minutes.
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Authorities say there was a massive explosion in Lincoln County earlier this morning, killing at least one person. Our sister station WKYT is also reporting that it has injured around 5 people, and they are still looking for others. The blast set several homes in a nearby trailer park on fire. People who were nearby are now in shelter away from the scene, provided by the New Hope Baptist Church. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says the explosion happened near Junction City. The Perryville Fire Department says initial reports are that a gas line ruptured. KYT is also reporting that the gas has been turned off. People in the area are telling our sister station WKYT that the resulting fire can be seen from miles away. Boyle County emergency managers have ruled out a plane crash as a cause. Well, the Jackson Police Department needs your help finding an escaped inmate. This is Jason Crabtree. Jackson police say he was being transported to Three Forks Regional Jail when he broke away from deputies on foot. If you know where Crabtree might be, you are asked to call 911. A Pike County man pleaded not guilty to unlawful transaction with a minor and wanton endangerment charges yesterday. Anthony Baker is accused of throwing underage drinking parties that included drugs. Officials say the youngest person who attended those parties appears to be 15. A grand jury indicted Baker in July. Baker's next hearing is November 1st. The case of a Knox County man charged with kidnapping his own wife and kids is heading to a grand jury. Police say Aaron D's wife claimed he forced her at gunpoint to take her and the kids to North Carolina. He denied any wrongdoing in an interview with us, but did tell us they had marital problems. Investigators told us it is believed D's planned to take his wife to North Carolina with plans to kill a man his wife was texting. Meanwhile, Governor Matt Bevin says suicides are part of the societal costs related to casino gambling. In a radio interview Wednesday, Governor Bevin said, quote, "Every night somewhere in America, someone takes their life in a casino because they have wasted the last semblance of dignity and hope that they had." Governor Bevin says families are ruined due to gambling. His Democratic challenger, Andy Beshear, wants to push for expanded gambling as a revenue resource to support chronically underfunded public pension systems. Well, Kentucky will be receiving more than $22 million as part of a settlement with gas station operators. The suit filed back in 2007 alleged the companies were price gouging after Hurricane Katrina and a 2011 flood. Attorney General Andy Beshear's office announced the settlement with Speedway and Marathon yesterday. Beshear is suggesting that the money go to rural infrastructure. The fuel companies did not admit wrongdoing in the settlement. President Trump will be right across the Ohio River in Cincinnati later today. He will be holding a campaign rally at U.S. Bank Arena. It will be the 4th time the president has stopped in Cincinnati since 2015. The rally starts tonight at 7. Doors open at 4. The tickets are on a first-come, first-served basis. Well, night 2 of the Democratic debate saw 10 more candidates squaring off on health care, criminal justice, and more. Former Vice President Joe Biden and California Senator Kamala Harris spoke the most and spent some of that time thwarting off attacks from the other 8 presidential hopefuls. CBS's Laura Podesta is in Detroit with details.
California Senator Kamala Harris went after former Vice President Joe Biden last night in Detroit.
You do nothing to hold the insurance companies to task.
The other candidates on stage also attacked the frontrunner.
There's a saying in my community, you're dipping into the Kool-Aid and you don't even know the flavor.
It looks like one of us has learned the lessons of the past and one of us hasn't.
Biden argued the focus needs to be on more recent history.
Everybody's talking about how terrible I am on these issues. Barack Obama knew exactly who I was.
At times, he punched back.
You came to Syracuse University with me and said it was wonderful. I don't know what's happened except that you're now running for president.
Like the first round of the debate, moderates and progressives spend much of the time going after each other on health care.
I don't understand why Democrats on this stage are fear-mongering about universal health care. They can choose a public option.
For a Democrat to be running for president with a plan that does not cover everyone, I think is without excuse.
Harris did not escape unscathed last night. Hawaii Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard knocked her criminal justice record.
She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
Similar to the first debate, Democrats saved their harshest criticism for President Trump.
We can no longer allow a white nationalist to be in the White House.
The first thing that I'm going to do when I'm president is I'm going to Clorox the Oval Office.
More than half the candidates are at risk of not meeting the higher polling and donation threshold to take part in September's debate. Laura Podesta, CBS News, Detroit.
Now, President Trump was active on Twitter during the debate, at one point tweeting, quote, "The people on the stage tonight and last were not those that will either make America great again or keep America great." Well, it's 6:37 on this Thursday morning. Let's send it on over to Brandon for a breakdown of what to expect. Brandon?
Thanks for buying me a couple of seconds till I got over here. But yeah, we're seeing some dense fog as we head out the door this morning. So be aware of that. Less than a mile in a lot of locations. So extra care. Will, what do they need to use?
Low beams.
Low beams this morning, that's right. So just kind of keep an eye on that and just be careful. Live pinpoint Doppler radar nice and quiet for now. Scanning what could be some smoke from that fire. It's a little bit further over there, but it could have drifted with some winds there. We have a cold front that's stalled out just off to our east. Don't think that's actual rain right now, but again, we'll keep an eye on that for you. Temperatures in the 60s area-wide, except for Jacksboro at 70. Heading toward about 85 later today with the possibility of some scattered showers and storms in the afternoon hours. We'll keep you posted on that. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. And thank you for joining us right here on Mountain News this morning. When we come back, we have more on last night's debate just ahead.